Alrighty, welcome back to the vlog. I'm driving today instead of parking because I just spent the past 3 hours editing a video, and yeah, I'm driving home right now, and I guess I didn't want to have to drive and then park and then do the video. I'm just gonna do it at the same time, save some time so I can go to bed early tonight. Um, I have an interview tomorrow. It's just a phone screen with one of the recruiters at this company, and honestly, I'm pretty nervous. I've done two job interviews in my life, and they were both at an ambulance company, which were like extremely easy interviews because ambulance companies are always hiring because EMTs don't get paid shit. But that's a story for another day. Um, but yeah, it's 12:58 a.m. So trying to get to bed so I can get a good night's sleep and be ready tomorrow. Um, but today was another whirlwind of a day. I feel like life has been moving pretty fast lately, and I don't know if that's a good thing, but it's been keeping me on my toes. It's keeping me moving, which is a good thing. Um, but I've had to put more effort into being present. Um, Yeah, I guess I've noticed even in my videos, I haven't been as grounded. Um, I haven't been thinking as much about, what to say. I've more just been rambling and yapping, um, and less intentional, I guess. I think rambling and yapping is fine, but there's a difference between doing so with intentionality and with emotion and presence versus like just being in my head and like doing that kind of yapping. Well, it's kind of cool how it like bends the light, the green on my microphone. But yeah. So I guess like speaking of presence, I mean, I'm gonna take a couple seconds and you can join me just to breathe, chill out. Take some deep breaths. That's nice. I haven't done that all day. Um, it's amazing how like just a quick little break reset like that can help. But today I wanted to talk about, I don't know what the word is for it, but because I made this video, put so much effort into editing this video, 3 hours, right? I really want it to perform well, and I'm worried that it won't. And I'm worried not just because I put a lot of effort into the video, like I've put a lot of effort into a lot of things that have failed, but I'm worried that it'll flop, and it flopping is an indicator that I'm just not cut out for this because like I mean, maybe it's just not for me. Maybe I'm just not built for it. Right? It's such a bullshit limiting belief, but it's one that I've run into a lot. It's easy. It's not just easy, but it's normal for failure to feel personal, feel like it's an attack on your character, on your potential. But yeah, I mean, even before I go into the but, it really does like, get you down. It gets me down when things don't go my way, despite trying really hard, right? Like I've obviously posted the 40 videos in the 2 weeks, but even before that, I've done a month of posting straight. Now I've posted over 100 TikTok videos total. Um, and like effortful, intentional ones, not just, posting whatever garbage, like me trying to provide value and create something useful. Um, so it's like, yeah, it's discouraging, it's demotivating to like not see the progress that I want to be seeing. Um, it feels like nothing's working. But I want to keep working. I want to keep working. Even if what I'm doing isn't working, that just means that I need to slightly adjust my strategy, think differently, think outside the box. Today's video, actually, I did do several things very differently, so that's part of why I'm hoping, I'll see some change, some progress. But even if the video flops, it doesn't do well, I'll know what not to do. And I'll get that much closer to knowing what to do by learning what not to do, by putting all this effort into failing repeatedly, but not failing at the same things. Failing slightly differently each time is, I think, the way to learn and the path to mastery. There's this quote that I really love from one of my friends, Trevor, and it's on his phone screen. And it says, "An expert is someone who's failed." Oh, no. It's, I stand corrected. The quote is, "An expert is someone who's made all the possible mistakes in a narrow field." And I think that's really profound, because we usually think of experts as people who are just really good at something, really talented, really skilled, and it's all about, this positive thing of like just being really good. And some people are just experts because they're naturally gifted and they just got accelerated. But this quote really highlights that expertise and mastery is actually about failing your way to success. It's about doing everything wrong and getting, as a result, chopping off all the blocks of what not to do in order to get to what to do. And I think of like Michelangelo, or Leonardo da Vinci. I forget which one, but any great sculptor, right? The way sculptures are made is you have a block of marble and you carve out all the bad stuff until what's left is the statue. You don't just create a statue out of nothing, right? You don't build it chunk by chunk, piece by piece, atom by atom, like you're God or something, right? You don't just mold it out of nothing. You carve it, and you start with a blank slate, a chunk of marble that is nothing. It's insignificant and, unnotable. But it becomes a masterpiece by all these. You start with these big chunks off, right? You cut these big chunks off, and then you get sort of the general silhouette of, the statue or whatever figure you're carving. And then you make slightly smaller cuts, slightly smaller incisions and chips off the block. And then over time you work at it and you make even smaller cuts, even smaller adjustments. And you get the facial details, you get the wrinkles in the cloth, you get the folds and the joints and all these parts of the body. And then all of a sudden, after years, hours, thousands of hours of work, you find this masterpiece, this sculpture. And none of it was any sort of like pure creation. It was all a negative action. It was all removing. It wasn't adding anything. And I'd like to think of mastery in that sense, right? And it's really just like the longer you stick to it, the more lessons you learn and the closer you get to the truth or to what works. And even though that's not the normal way of thinking of things, and even though that might not even be fully correct, I know that my beliefs matter a lot more than the truth, if there is one. I think there's reality. I think there is truth, but I think there's a degree to which our beliefs impact us far more than we think. So I just wanted to meditate on that today. Food for thought. And coming up on 10 minutes, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.